Just last year, Florida was the king of tourism. 143 million visitors, 130 billion in revenue, and a state economy on a high. Hotels were packed, restaurants overflowing, and the sun seemed to shine on endless prosperity. But now, in September 2025, the scene is unrecognizable. Hotel lobbies in Miami and Fort Lauderdale echo with emptiness. Poolside bars are quiet, staff idle, and the crowds have vanished. This isn't a slowdown, it's a collapse. The official story blames inflation, insurance, and currency rates, but those don't explain the speed or depth of the decline. The real story is more complex and more unsettling. To understand it, you have to listen to the people who saw the warning signs before anyone else. Florida's tourism crisis is a tale of two realities, the boom of 2024 and the bust of 2025. The change wasn't gradual, it was a cliff. One moment Florida was on top, the next, it was staring into an abyss of empty rooms and canceled reservations. The question isn't just what happened, but why, and the answer goes far beyond economics. This is the story of a state that lost its magic almost overnight. For decades, Canadian snowbirds were a winter fixture in Florida, filling condos and motels, spending months and millions. Richard Clavet, a motel owner in Hollywood, remembers packed poolside cookouts in 2024. Now they're half empty. Cancellations are up, and the message from Canadians is clear: it's not just about money, it's personal. Retirees like the Dunlops, who spent 15 winters in Cape Canaveral, are staying home citing hassle and hostility. Across Canada, a quiet boycott is underway, a protest against a political climate that feels unwelcoming. The numbers are stark. In early 2025, Canadian arrivals at Florida airports plummeted. Fort Myers down 30%, Palm Beach 43%, Fort Lauderdale 20%. That's 42,000 fewer Canadian visitors in just 3 months. Road crossings dropped 17% in March. These aren't just statistics, they're empty rooms, vacant tables, and lost wages. This isn't about a weak Canadian dollar, it's a conscious uncoupling. The boycott is a response to antagonistic rhetoric and new visa fees, making travel feel like a chore, not a getaway. Canadians are sending a message, and Florida's economy is feeling the chill. The loss is more than financial. It's a rupture in a decades-old relationship. The snowbirds aren't coming, and the winter economy is in deep freeze. The impact is immediate, and the message is unmistakable. Florida is no longer the automatic choice for a winter escape. The crisis isn't just numbers, it's people. Carla, a hotel manager in Orlando, went from turning guests away to sending staff home early. Entire floors sit empty. It's heartbreaking, she says. These are good people with families. The pain ripples out. Anna, a Miami realtor, once sold condos to eager international buyers. Now her clients are looking to Europe instead. Florida's image as a safe, stable investment has shattered. For every empty room, there's a housekeeper with cut hours. For every canceled showing, a realtor struggling to pay bills. The boom of 2024 gave a false sense of security. The bust of 2025 has replaced it with anxiety and fear. The silence in lobbies is the sound of lost income and broken promises. Florida sold itself as paradise, but for thousands of workers that dream is slipping away. These are the hidden casualties, real people, real consequences. The downturn isn't just economic, it's deeply personal. The stories behind the statistics reveal the true cost. The crisis has cut to the heart of the state. The future for many is uncertain. The pain is real, and it's everywhere. Florida's workers are the ones paying the price. The headlines blame economics, but the real culprit is politics. This crisis is a self-inflicted wound fueled by divisive rhetoric and hostile policies. When national leaders threaten Canada or impose tariffs, it's not just theater, it has consequences. State-level actions like the Alligator Alcatraz Migrant Center broadcast hostility to the world. Dr. Alan Fayal, tourism expert, says it plainly: tourism works where there's stability. The U.S. doesn't look stable right now. International visitors want predictability and welcome, not anger and unpredictability. The political climate has replaced Florida's image of paradise with one of instability. This isn't an accident, it's the result of a strategy that prioritized confrontation over cooperation. The bet was that tourism would survive hardline politics. That bet failed. The world is watching and choosing to go elsewhere. Empty hotel rooms are a referendum on toxic politics. The damage is real, and it's not just about money. Florida's brand has been poisoned by its own leaders. The cost is being paid by everyone who depends on tourism. The data confirms the crisis is systemic. Tourism generated 16% of Florida's sales tax revenue in 2024. Now that engine is sputtering. Airline seats from Canada are down 10–13% for summer 2025. Fort Myers saw Canadian arrivals drop 30%, Palm Beach 43%, even Miami nearly 6%. County finances are already hurting. Lee and Collier counties report a 5% drop in tourism revenue. That means less money for schools, infrastructure, and public services. The worst may be yet to come, as current numbers are propped up by bookings made before the political chill. The real crisis will hit when those advance bookings run out. These are just the first tremors. The economic earthquake is still coming. The balance sheet doesn't care about politics, it reflects reality. Florida's prosperity is on the line. Now, the same leaders who fueled the crisis are scrambling to fix it. Brian Griffin, once a champion of divisive messaging, now heads Visit Florida, tasked with luring back the very visitors he alienated. He's selling a message of welcome that contradicts the brand he helped build. In the Senate, Rick Scott is co-sponsoring the Canadian Snowbirds Act, trying to win back retirees with longer stays. It's a legislative olive branch, but the root problem remains. Trust and respect have been lost. No marketing campaign can fix a crisis that's political and emotional at its core. The architects of the crisis now pose as saviors, but the damage is done. They're trying to rebuild a bridge while still holding the dynamite. The effort looks desperate, and Floridians are watching. The solution isn't tweaks or slogans, it's a change in attitude. Until then, the recovery will be slow, if it comes at all. The lesson is clear: you can't market your way out of a trust crisis. Florida's empty beaches are more than a local story, they're a warning for the nation. The assumption that politics and prosperity can be separated has been shattered. Hostility and prosperity can't coexist for long. Other states are seeing similar trends, though less dramatic. When a place is known for political fights instead of hospitality, people stop coming. Tourists and investors have choices, and they're choosing elsewhere. Florida's crisis is a preview of what could happen nationally if this path continues. A country that projects hostility will see its economy and influence shrink. The informal Canadian boycott could become a global one. Tourism is the first to feel it, but investment and cooperation will follow. America faces a choice: build bridges or build walls. Florida's story is a glimpse of what happens when politics walls off prosperity. It's a future we should all work to avoid.